Welcome everyone to a new episode of New Tales Retold. I'm Geek Brando. Joining me is my brother, Dylan. And today we're talking about Falcon and the Winter Soldier, episode 5. So, spoiler alert if you have not seen it. Every time I say spoiler alert, it sounds like I'm saying one word. Spoiler alert.
Doesn't even sound like you're saying a word.
It's just a sound. We finally get our questions answered on the little warehouse scene. They're fighting, and obviously not working together.
I mean, I feel like that was kind of a given. What happened prior?
Yeah.
Prior episode.
And then the trailer kind of gave it away. That came out prior to the episode.
Yeah, unfortunately, they
Yeah.
started doing that.
Yeah.
Coming out with trailers for episodes.
Yeah, I know. I prefer the suspense. The suspense is way better. I don't know how I felt about the fight. I felt like Bucky was pretty, and pardon the allergies. I feel like Bucky was pretty nerfed. Like he's definitely not at his like Winter Soldier, like, I'm going in for the kill. So he wasn't really trying to kill John. At least I don't think so. But he was definitely he definitely could have done better.
I don't know. They never said anything about John's serum being stronger. The only thing I can really think of is maybe he was stronger because he was just naturally stronger than Bucky. So plus the serum that would make him stronger than Bucky.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
So
he was like the peak human.
because he overpowered Bucky completely during that fight. Bucky was kind of useless. Got tossed around.
And then the arm getting all electrical and like
it was completely pointless, by the way.
But like, what is that about?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was completely pointless because it didn't affect the rest of the fight. We just saw it go electrical, and then Bucky went back into fighting.
Yeah, I think it knocked him unconscious. I guess it probably shocked him.
Oh yeah,
and,
for a little minute.
Yeah, for a moment, because they showed him when Sam was fighting, John, which we'll get to how that doesn't make sense. He was just laying there, like eyes closed and all that stuff. Yeah, because you're thinking vibranium arm, like really, he just got tossed and.
Not only that, it's an arm made by the Wakandans. How did it just short circuit so easily?
Yeah, so easily. He's fought. He was in the fight in Endgame. Pretty sure he's fought a lot.
It was, I don't know. It was a cool fight, but there was a lot of things that were questionable during that fight. A lot didn't even make sense.
In the beginning, all Bucky can do is stare at that shield.
Yeah.
When they're talking, he's just looking at it like, I don't care about the words coming out of your mouth or anything else. Yeah. That needs to be in my hand. Like, because it was just disrespect. So real.
Another thing, too, is I thought we were going to see some hype with Bucky using the shield. But he grabbed the shield just to get it taken away.
Yeah. So I tossed it at him, who went flying.
Again, another thing to show that he's stronger.
Yeah, because I was watching that scene like, holy crap.
Tapped through the shield at him, he caught it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't like the fact that all of a sudden John is stronger than him. Like that without mentioning the super soldier serum being stronger. Yeah. The super soldier serum is stronger.
All he did was comment like, oh these guys
optimized.
Are strong.
It's a lot. You can basically, the way he described it was the serum was just easy to hide. You can inject it into yourself and you won't even be able to tell you have the serum because you don't get all bulky and big.
Yeah,
that's what he said during that whole conversation. Not once did he mention the serum being stronger, better.
Yeah. They never
unless that was their way of saying it. He said more optimized. That was their way of saying it's stronger.
It's better.
But that's like, you would have to assume that's what they meant from saying that. And I don't like shows. I don't like when shows do that. Shows and movies that you have to make an assumption.
Yeah. Like, you'd rather just know, like, is it factual? Like,
yeah, because especially look at comic books. You make an assumption, you're wrong.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, they finally confirm it. And you're like, oh, okay, that now it makes sense they confirm it.
Yeah.
But now they're showing it. They're basically showing the serum being better, but never said the serum was better other than the fact that, you're not bulky anymore. You keep your size.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Man, in that fight, the way they broke John's arm, his scream, that guy's an amazing actor. He
Yeah.
really has like communities hating him. Like,
Yeah.
like, oh man, oh man, and that moment of Bucky just staring into his face, like this is like you can tell he wants to do more and he just can't. He just has to do it Sam's way.
Yeah.
But speaking of Sam, what I wanted to get into is how he can hold his own against John. He got kicked in the face by John.
Kicked
Lamar
in the face.
was killed by a punch.
Kicked in the face. He got cracked by that shield a good 3 or 4 times. A vibranium shield.
Being with
His
the
arms are
power
intact,
with the power of a super soldier
His
behind it.
arms took no damage from getting cracked by that shield.
Nothing.
I thought it was epic when John fucking ripped the fucking wings.
Holy crap! I was sitting there like, this is unexpected. Like, what the?
That was
fuck?
that was wild. When he ripped his wings, I was just like, whoa.
Yo, and yeah, and speaking of him and the strength and everything, ripping his wings. He later leaves the wings with Torres, and it's like, it makes sense following the comics if they want to make Torres Falcon and don't want to make him part Falcon, like literally.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see them doing that.
Yeah, that's because it only makes sense because the MCU is more technology based.
Yeah.
Especially on the grounded levels. But where was I going with that? Lordy. Oh, it wouldn't make sense for him to just wield the shield and not have his wings if he's not a super soldier. Like that 20-minute workout session that they showed us on screen. Obviously it's over time.
Yeah, granted, it probably wasn't 20 minutes.
Those workouts aren't gonna make you a super soldier.
It definitely isn't. He's definitely nowhere near as strong as a super soldier. But what he really did, which doesn't really make sense, especially he should already know how to do it with what he does, is be more agile. All he was really doing was trying to be more agile and get used to the shield. But being more agile, look at his wings. Look at the way he had to move. He should have been agile.
Yeah, yeah. The way they filmed those moments too with him doing those epic fights. Yeah, like when you're in the air like that,
you it's just like it's not. I don't know if they thought maybe being in the air, you can maneuver yourself easier than being on the ground, which is completely wrong. You need the body movement, the core strength to be able to maneuver your body like that. If you can do that in the air that easily the way he did, he shouldn't have needed to practice doing all that acrobat stuff.
Aside from making sure he didn't cut his head off.
Yeah, except that. Except the shield, practicing with the shield makes sense. But it's just scary. Like he should have been kind of acrobatic already. Yeah. Like the way they showed it is in the beginning he couldn't do any of the acrobat stuff. And it's just like you should be able to, at least a little bit, be able to do them because look at what you do. It's not like you're flying a plane. No, you're literally moving your body. Yeah.
For real, and then you kind of have the weight of all your gear on you.
Yeah, on top of that. And look, he wasn't wearing nothing while doing it. He still couldn't do it in the beginning. So it's like little things like that. I don't know. This episode was definitely questionable. I feel like they needed to extend this season a little longer.
Yeah. I mean, this episode
happened way too fast. Everything in this episode happened way too fast.
Yeah, I think because, time's passing.
And I feel like it's a lot of time. Yeah. A lot more time.
Because, they're on the ground. The government took over the mission now, so they're waiting to see,
No, and not only that, they managed to repair an entire boat.
Yeah, bringing the family business back up. It's true. But speaking of the wings and all that, and him not being superhuman, what do you think is in the box? What's in the box?
I have a feeling it's probably a suit for him to wear. Yeah,
that would make sense. That would help him. That would make sense with him not being a super soldier. Yeah. If he had some sort of suit vibranium suit somewhat, or
Captain Black Panther.
Captain Black.
I don't see him as Black Panther though. I don't see him as Black Panther though.
No. But some sort of suit that helped him absorb hits. For him to be able to actually take on super soldiers and for it to make sense. Without him being a super soldier.
And I love how they make it seem like when you have Cap's shield, you're automatically better at fighting.
Right? Because the moment John lost his shield, Bucky just kicked his
Like it's like that
ass.
shield. It's like Mjolnir. You must be worthy,
Yeah.
and you get the power of Captain America.
Yo, for real. Yo, you're not even kidding. Um, what we had a big tease in this episode, and it even happens with Sam when Sam talks to Isaiah, and Isaiah's telling him, everything he's going through, his opinion on the U.S., which one can imagine would be understandable, having gone through the same.
I apologize.
Am I far? Sorry, folks, I'm way too far. You need to see a little more of me. Not all the sniffling.
Yeah,
though.
that's better.
Yeah, he's talking to Isaiah, and understandably, Isaiah feels how he feels. More, imagine.
I
But
do like that it wasn't. They didn't turn that scene into a whole like message, like "fuck America,"
yeah,
because how Sam disagreed with a lot of what
yeah,
he of what. Damn, I just lost his name.
Isaiah.
Isaiah. Yeah. I looked over Red Lamar and then I lost his name.
You're like, wait.
I was like,
That
wait.
wasn't Lamar.
Yeah, like Sam disagreed with a lot of what Isaiah was saying. Most of what Isaiah was saying, Sam disagreed. Sam kind of was saying, "You feel that way because of what you went through,"
Yeah,
and Sam kind of blamed Isaiah for what happened to him.
you think so?
That's why Isaiah brought it up. He's like, "You were trying to come up to a reason to a reason for it to be my fault."
Huh. Yeah,
And
but it's they grew up at different times.
Completely.
That's one thing.
Yeah.
That like they both have to understand. Back in the day, unfortunately, people were very ignorant, and a lot of bad shit happened. And it goes to show, like, Sam's time is like, listen, we're at a time where we're equal.
Yeah.
We can do something about this. But he throws in his little, which is somewhat real government conspiracy of like, no, because if my story comes out, they ain't gonna let my story come out.
No.
Like, imagine that, the government hearing
I
about the
agree with
government
him,
doing
but at
that.
the same time, I think it's because you think about how long he's been, like, in hiding. He probably
Yeah.
still thinks the government that fucked him over is the government that they have now, which it
Yeah.
not We know that it isn't. It
Yeah,
was
it's
Hydra the whole time,
True.
and then they took down Hydra. So it's like the government's not good, but it's just like it's better than
It's
when
not
it was
Hydra.
Hydra.
Yeah, it's not Hydra, so that's a plus.
I feel like if he were to have come out, they wouldn't have killed him. But I do respect the fact of not wanting to come out because his privacy would have been gone. He would
Yeah.
have no more privacy.
His
That's
whole
it.
life would have been
Yeah.
cameras and
Yeah,
and
it would have been horrible,
stories and-
especially someone who's been the PTSD he has, what he's been through. He deserves to have his
privacy.
his privacy.
Do
He
his
wants
thing.
to be alone with his grandson.
Grandson.
Yeah, let him be
Hopefully
alone with his grandson.
His grandson.
That's another
That'd be
thing too.
cool.
He said his grandson. He mentioned the wife, never mentioned the child.
Yeah. Well, in the comics
in the
they
picture,
had children.
in the
but
picture, in that picture he showed, were there children in that picture?
No.
No, right? So I'm saying it's
But-
weird. If you were in jail for 30 years and your wife died and you're in jail, how the hell did you have a grandchild? Unless he
I'm trying to
adopted him and that's
remember
his grandchild.
In the comic, oh man, I've read the comic like 3 times over. I can't remember the details, but I think they do explain why. I think I have to do something with his DNA.
Yeah, but I doubt they're going to in the show,
Yeah.
unfortunately. I do appreciate them trying to throw these characters in there, but it's just like they're doing a lot of these characters super dirty. by
They
throwing
did him
in
just
there.
as dirty in the comic. It's like let's
No, yeah.
like
But I feel like they explained more to him. I feel like it was more to him than just I was fucked over by the government.
Yeah.
In the comic books, there was a lot more to that than
yeah.
him just getting
And
fucked
they
over by the
had you
government.
they had you understand, well, because in the comic was what happened to him. Now the MCU, it's more of showing the effects after. Because in the end of the comic series, it
Yeah.
ended with just him old,
Yeah.
but with the child mindset, and that was it. It
But
ended.
I do
But
like
now-
that they took that out.
Yeah,
The child mindset, because I feel like that would have been very weird
yeah,
to watch.
yeah, and it this way helped them pull off the message they were trying to put
Yes,
out
that
way
is true.
better too. But yeah, they're really showing and emphasizing the after effect, how he feels and everything he went through, which where I'm hoping they give him some sort of honorable ending, whether because he is old, so let's say if he was to pass, it would be pretty it would be pretty like awesome and to have like some countrywide like acknowledgement toward this man that was done wrong and like bring awareness to the because that's just from what it seems that's the message they're trying to put out there.
I
Or if
need.
not, him meeting Cap.
I was about to say I need him to some way, even because in this episode he said Steve's gone. He's making it seem like Steve's dead.
I think Steve wants people to think he's dead
But why
Be-
would you say that to Bucky?
because
to
he
Bucky.
is. He's gone. Like he's out of the field. He's out of the
But
job.
that's what I mean. But the
he's
way
not
he
in
said it was
anymore.
as if Steve was dead. He said it as if Steve was dead.
I know.
And
I don't know.
they've been speaking about Steve as if he's been dead
Yeah,
this entire show.
he's on moon missions, bro.
Huh?
He's on moon missions.
That's what I'm saying. That was the only hint we got to him being alive.
Yeah.
Was Torres saying that. But other than that, they've been hinting at him being dead. Which if that's the case, it would be kind of awesome for Sam to take Isaiah to Cap's grave.
Right? Or what I can see them doing is if Sam formally becomes Captain America in the end, it would be a nice little thing for during the like I guess you could say inauguration or whatever you call it, for Isaiah to pull up for Sam, like and like kind of accepting Sam's decision to be the first black man to be Captain America. That would be
Right?
cool.
Because Cap's
That
not
would be
there
cool.
anymore. And
Yeah.
Sam wants someone to pass the torch.
Yeah,
so
he wants
has it.
someone to like approve. He
Mhm.
wants someone that he like, and a much wiser person in a way to approve of his decision. Because it's like it swayed him. His conversation, he clearly was swayed a little bit by Isaiah's conversation.
Yeah.
That his sister had to put him in check and like, yo, fuck everybody's opinion. Like, do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Like,
It's weird though because it's like Sam believed if Isaiah wanted to, he could have successfully been the next Captain America.
he could have. It would have been hard. It would have been. He would have had
The hardship would have
rejection.
been-
He would have. It would have been. It would have been just as hard as what he already went through.
Yeah, that's true. It would have
So it's like
because of the scrutiny.
it
the,
makes
like,
that's
negativity.
probably where Sam was trying to throw the blame. Was like you would have went through whatever struggles you would have went through regardless because of the time.
Mhm.
So you could have, in a sense, I guess trying to throw shade at him. Like you could have gone the more noble route. It's like,
Yeah.
well, he didn't really have a choice. He got kidnapped. I'm pretty sure.
And then
Government facilities
and then
aren't
went to go
easy to
rescue his
escape.
brothers that were
Yeah,
gonna be killed by
That were
friendly fire.
evidence.
Yeah.
Destroy evidence. He's like, that's not evidence. Those are my people.
Again, blaming America, but that was Hydra.
Yeah, that was Hydra.
That was
Mhm.
Hydra. That's one of the big things that he doesn't realize. Like, I'm guessing the information and it makes sense. The information that Hydra kind of took over the government, it's kind of something they want to keep, not too known.
Yeah.
Well,
I just need a tissue. I'm sorry. It's right behind you. Thank you. Thank you.
yeah. Yeah, I did enjoy the scene. I do feel like it was a bit all over the place. It took me like 2 times watching it to really understand why
Yeah.
Sam was there.
But to like get approval. That's what it seemed like.
Yeah, but it's just like it just didn't make sense to me because what was he getting approval for?
Yeah.
Because either way he didn't get approval.
Or maybe
did it
try to
anyways.
show him it's possible. A black man could be Captain America. Like, look what I'm doing. Like, trying to prove him wrong, I guess, in a way.
Yeah.
But
Another
Yeah,
thing is wait, real quick. Why did Bucky even bring him there? If Bucky didn't think of that, he said it. I didn't even think about the idea of you being black and Captain America. Like I didn't even think about
like how that would affect
yeah,
you.
how would that not
Yeah.
only affect you, but like the thought process of how America's been to black people,
Yeah.
and now
They
I'm
just
telling
they
you to
just
be the
thought
face of America.
yeah, they just thought, yo, Sam's our boy.
Yeah,
It
you're a
makes
good
sense. He's
man,
a
so
good
you can be
man.
capped.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all they
They
thought.
didn't see they didn't
So
worry
if
about
that's
the
the
color of his
case,
skin.
if Bucky didn't think about any of that, why did Bucky take Sam to meet Isaiah in the first place?
Maybe to because Sam had already denied it. Sam
Yeah.
had already denied. So I guess he went there to maybe motivate him to do it, like, in a way, like, we had an opportunity, and it was
But
unfortunately
again,
it was
yeah, that makes
brought
sense.
down.
If Bucky didn't say he never thought of it.
Well, because he probably thought of me introducing him to Isaiah in that moment. Because remember, he was like, okay, I think it's time you meet somebody.
Yeah.
So it was probably like in that moment, he was just like, I don't know what else to do. Okay, this seems like the right choice. I think it's time he meets Isaiah.
But that's what I mean. You're thinking about it with knowing the mindset, like knowing why Sam is doing, why he didn't accept it.
Yeah.
Bucky doesn't understand that at this point. He says it later on in this episode, in episode 5. He mentions, I didn't even mean, Steve didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
So it's like, if that's the case, why bring him to Isaiah? Like, it's still, because the only reason that we've been talking about that we could think of is why it's because of Sam. Because
Yeah.
he's black and he felt like that that America wouldn't accept him.
Yeah.
But yet Bucky's just like, hey, meet this guy. It'll help change your mind. But like, and then later on goes, yo, I didn't even think about what you thought of. Like that. Like, I'm sorry. If that's the case, if you didn't think of it, why take him to Isaiah? Like, what was the point?
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. In what's happening in the show this time and moment, he processed what their decision was. He didn't think about it back in Endgame, which was 6 months ago or whatever amount. You know what I mean?
No, that's what I'm saying. He said the reason why Bucky said that I didn't think of it was because remember when he came at him during the therapy session.
Yeah.
That's why Bucky was apologizing. Because Bucky was coming at him without understanding, which the meeting with Isaiah happened prior to that, right? Before that, yeah, before the therapy session.
Yeah, before.
Yeah, so if at that moment during the therapy session he hadn't thought of that, like it hasn't even crossed his mind, he still doesn't understand why Sam's not accepting it. Yet he still takes him to Isaiah, as if he knew the reason, but then later on says he doesn't.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. It's weird. If anyone can think of anything, please let us know. 'Cause
Yes.
I would like to know a good reason why that happened at that moment. Because it makes more sense for it to happen now. Because Bucky understands
Yeah.
why Sam's not accepting. He's like, okay, you don't. Let me introduce you to someone that might change your mind. Instead, it was like, oh, you're not accepting. You don't want to accept being Captain America. Oh, I want to show you something, a secret that I've kept for all these years. I don't know why. I'm just gonna show it to you. I'm gonna introduce you. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
It's weird.
I don't know. But speaking of Bucky, he finally gets to have a bit of a normal life now. He gets to witness it.
for a few
He
days.
gets to witness it for for a few days and has some at home moments, and he gets to flirt around a bit with Sam's
Oh,
with
his
Sam's
sister. Yeah, that was unexpected.
It's completely unexpected.
hi.
He's like, hi,
Bucky.
how you doing? And when surprisingly he doesn't kill Zemo. I guess showing, even though knowing Wakanda had a failsafe on his arm, he's still loyal to them,
Loyal.
still turned them over.
They looked at him and said, "You don't bring Zemo back, we're coming after you
Yeah.
and your arm."
Yeah, that's true.
So he's like, "Okay, cool.
That's true.
I'll give you Zemo."
But they still refer to him as the White Wolf. Like, he's still one. He's still one of them. Like, he's still, because I'm pretty sure they wouldn't refer to him as the name they gave him. And if the White Wolf is supposed to be the same title as it was in the comics, like, it would, it wouldn't make sense.
I would like to see if how, like, because that time between Civil War, Endgame, not Endgame, Infinity War. It's a long time, right? A good amount of
Yeah.
time. I want to know if he did anything for Wakanda while
Yeah,
there,
that's
or if
true.
he just stood in his cabin, having them help him.
I'm pretty sure that he stood in the cabin because he pulled up with the arm and it was like as if he hadn't had that
No,
arm
yeah,
the
but
entire time.
still, he doesn't need the arm to be kind of useful to Wakanda,
No, yeah, he
especially
looked
with
like
his mind, his strength, his tactics.
That's the thing. I don't think they used him in that way because their
Not, I'm
goal
not
was
saying
to
use
get
him.
rid of
I'm
the
saying
Winter
if
Soldier.
he did anything, like willingly, not
Oh
use
no, no,
him.
that's what I'm saying. I don't even think they would have let him because of the fact that they were trying to get rid of the Winter Soldier. You're not gonna put him in violent situations when you're trying to get rid of the killer. You know, and it seemed like they just had his ass on some farm, fucking living in his own little hut, grabbing whatever leaves or whatever the hell he was doing, and then that's when he pulled up with the arm, and then he was just like, "About time, about time, yeah, we're gonna pull up. Like we need your help, we need your help." Like he was just waiting for it. He was just being patient, waiting for the next fight, because the next fight's always gonna come, as Nick Fury says, "Trouble, trouble never goes away." um, but it was pretty cool.
Are very present in sites of violence.
So it's like it's bound to happen. Fighting is bound to happen. But we finally see that Zemo was actually on his list, on the list in the book, because Zemo says he's like, I took the liberty of crossing my name off for you.
I mean, yeah, you could kind of assume that
Yeah,
because what Zemo did to him,
yeah,
he had to make amends. What Zemo made him do.
yeah. What Zemo made him do. It's so weird because it's like you get this like really kind of somewhat of a good guy out of Zemo. It's so
This
so
is
odd.
my thing. It was Bucky that blew up the UN.
No, he framed Bucky for it.
Because I'm hearing people say it was Bucky, that Zemo used Bucky,
No.
and Bucky blew it up. Just Zemo brainwashed him,
No, from he framed him.
right? He was just a random picture
Yeah,
he
he
sent in,
framed him.
and it was like, oh,
Uh-huh.
it was Bucky. Okay,
Yeah, he didn't.
it was actually Zemo that blew it up.
because that's what. Yeah. But Zemo, we were wondering this. What was it, last episode? Or we were like, we still have so many villains and so many players, and there's only 2 more episodes left. So we
This is
finally get
just another one.
Yeah, so Zemo, one of the players, knocked out. He's going to the raft. Wonder what other villains are there. How do you think? And I'm hoping John Walker's gonna be a lasting character. From what it seems like, he will be a character that'll kind of still exist going forward. Because I think the show, I think it makes sense to save one villain for later, Zemo. Keep one villain going, or one person going, John, then defeating the other, the Flag Smashers. So I think that's where they're gonna go with it. I think in the end they're gonna defeat the Flag Smashers and take down that group, but John Walker will be that Punisher anti-hero guy in the background. Special forces doing the dirty work.
I don't think they're gonna beat the Flag Smashers. I do think they're gonna beat Carly Morgenthau though.
Okay.
But I do not think the Flag Smashers are gonna be done. Because think about it, he said it, they have a worldwide influence. Literally all over the world on every platform. So I don't think the Flag Smashers are gonna end. It's gonna probably be they're probably gonna be that group that pops up here and there.
Yeah, for like minor heroes and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Gets in the way during the movie. You gotta slap her
Exactly.
around.
The Flag Smashers. But honestly, even then, I can also even see the Flag Smashers being I could see Sam convincing Carly to be a positive revolutionary group. So it's like now after the show, when you hear the Flag Smashers, it's like, oh my gosh, the Flag Smashers did something. Yes.
I don't know, because
it
she's
could
like,
be that
we're
kind
up for the big game. And
That's what I'm saying. But Sam
Oof.
can still convince her.
I hope so, because he almost did. He almost did.
He almost did twice.
Yeah. He almost did. I hope so. I hope so. But I want to go back to Bucky really quick. Do you think Bucky's going to tell his neighbor?
Yeah. Nakajima? Mm-hmm.
Because he
100%.
made that hint. He was
Mhm.
When Sam was talking to him, it was like, help people, not don't avenge.
Yeah. Zemo said the same thing.
Uh-huh.
Like, I took my name off the list, but it's your turn to start taking people's names off that list.
Yeah, exactly. Huh, that's interesting.
And now it's gonna be interesting seeing Bucky, how he's gonna really take the people off the list. Because from what it seemed like before, what he was doing is righting
Getting
his
them
wrongs.
arrested, yeah, and shit like that.
But now what is he gonna do? Is instead of righting his wrongs in that sense, he's going to help the people those people have been hurting. Instead of hurting the people that are hurting others, he's gonna help those instead. So it's like, for example, that chick that he got arrested at the beginning of the show. Instead of doing it that way,
Oh yeah.
he'll go maybe all the people she's fucking over, help them
Yeah.
instead of getting her arrested.
Yeah.
Because if you kind of think about it, you help them, that'll eventually make its way to that person.
Yeah.
That person, the karma's gonna come back to them.
True.
So
Very true. So we were talking about Carly, right?
Yeah.
She got all her bombs from. I don't know why I always forget his name,
it starts with a B. Balrog.
but yeah, something like that. Let us know.
Balrog. Starts with a B. I know that.
Because my thought, I rewatched it and all I thought was, holy shit. Sharon hired him to kill Falcon.
That is only if Sharon is the power broker. The power broker.
He was on the phone. You heard his voice.
No, I know.
And she's like, I have one more job for you.
Yeah, because she works for the. If she's not the power broker, she works for the power broker.
But still, she gave the order. Like
she has to. She has to. Why do you think she looked at Sam and was like, "Get that pardon quick"? Because at this moment, she lives in Magicport. She has to do what she has to do to survive. Imagine what the power broker would do if he found out she didn't give the order he wanted her to. She's fucked. She has to. She doesn't have a choice. She's literally doing all this for survival. You can't really blame her.
Unless she is the power broker.
That's what yes. Unless she is
then
the
if
power
she is
broker.
the power broker,
Then that's a different story. Because that means she is hiring him to kill Sam.
And it would make sense. Get me that pardon. She gets her pardon, then kills him. And then she just stays in Madripoor. She has a pardon. She can go to the U.S. whenever she wants. Yo, that would be a wild twist to make Sharon a villain. That would be a wild twist. But I want to get to the main person. I feel like this is the main person of the show, of this episode.
John? Yeah. Oh, I thought you were talking about this French chick with the long ass name.
That we'll get to her, but she's in that conversation with John. But man, like we finally see the full lose. Like he loses it. In that first fight, when right after he rips off Falcon's wings, he was going to kill Falcon. He screamed, had the shield in the air, same way with the kid at on the steps, and if it wasn't for Bucky tackling him, he would have killed Sam. Like he pulled the Carly Morgenthau. He went straight villain. Like. And granted, they did him. Afterward, he needs help, not
punishment.
Not punishment. Yeah,
he lost it.
Yeah,
like really think about it. Everything he's been through. Take away the whole thing he went through with Captain America, because he went through a lot of mental shit.
Yeah, he says that he was
Captain
like,
America.
I was awarded for the worst days of my life. Like that mentality right there in itself shows you that it's affecting him.
Like he's been a soldier for what they said 20 plus years.
Mm-hmm. Crazy. Like,
and you think he's just gonna be able to pick up and be a hero? No, he's gonna be a soldier.
Yes, exactly.
And what do you do to your what do we do to our soldiers? We train them to kill. We train them to get revenge. It's literally what we teach them to do. Like he said, we made America made him what he is.
He loses,
and then blame him for not being able to mentally control. Like anyone going through what he went through would have lost it. Even Steve.
Yeah, because Steve never really killed.
He didn't. So he didn't have.
He had the dirty work, so to say.
Necessarily, like he said, like John was saying before, all these heroes, they are considered heroes because they get to shine. They get to do all these things, save the world. They don't have to make the difficult decisions.
Yeah, because it's usually fighting aliens, and
Really
it's
think
like,
about it.
when you're fighting an alien
You're just
species,
gonna go
there
and
tend
kill
to
them.
be no morals.
Yeah, and then really think about it. Cap's hardest decision was the two hardest decisions he's ever made. Actually, now that I think about it, there's 3 in total. Like, I'm really thinking about it. It's putting the ship in the water, freezing himself,
Yeah,
because for all he knew, he was gonna die. He didn't know he was gonna get frozen in ice. Thought he was dying.
Yeah.
So that's 1 right there. 2 was not killing Bucky, which it goes to show his difference between him and John. Not killing Bucky. And 3, betraying the Avengers.
Yeah.
But
Civil
now
War.
compare those things to going to war and needing to kill probably what it was a lot of people.
Boy, was
And
probably
knowing-
women and children.
and children. Yep.
And all, you
Yep.
know, like fucked up shit.
Yep. So it's like, yeah, Cap been through a lot, Steve's been through a lot, but John has been through shit. Like, shit.
And
His
to
life has been
show-
a shit show.
And it's funny because it makes me wonder. So when he goes to talk to Lamar's parents, right? Which not even just them. He's telling everybody that he killed the person that killed Lamar, which we obviously know is a lie. Was Carly that killed him? It's making me wonder if maybe he's doing that. Is he doing that to cover his ass and have an excuse, or does he see the flag smashers as just the flag smashers and nothing else matters? It doesn't matter who you are. It's the mask.
Yeah.
If you're wearing that mask, you are them.
Yeah, I do think I agree that it's probably that. In his eyes, he's telling everybody he killed the guy that killed Lamar, but in actuality, he's trying to convince himself.
Yeah.
Like, I had to do this.
Yeah.
I had to do. He killed Lamar. I had to do this. I had to kill him. So it's like in his mind, he's trying. That's what he's telling himself. He had no choice. So it's like it's more so of convincing himself.
Yeah.
That he did the
that
right
he made
thing.
the right decision.
Yeah.
Gruesome one at that.
And the heartbreaking moment was afterwards when he's in the warehouse and he's hearing all of the lines
Yeah.
Lamar said,
He's like, "All right,
all
time
the
to go to work."
praise Lamar gave him, and he kills. It's hard because you can't even say they were innocent because they weren't.
Yeah, but that one kid. Not even that one kid. From what it seems like, a lot of the people closest to Carly, like the main flag smashers, are only with Carly at this point, are probably out of fear. Because you can tell they don't agree with how far she's taking the violence.
Yes, but it's kind of that concept. You're there, you can stop it.
Yeah, they're super soldiers too.
Yeah.
They can all come
Yep.
together and beat her up.
Yep, it'd be very easy
yeah.
for all of them to stop her once by herself. That's what I'm saying, and they're all following her.
It's
so
true.
it's like it's
It's a tough moral
yeah.
area, but
it's
at
like
the end
it's
of the
weird 'cause
day,
it's like they're innocent,
Steve,
but they're not
Steve
innocent.
would have arrested him because that's the point.
Of course,
Captain America,
Of
you need to
course.
let the justice system, the system
Yes.
we have,
But
because at that
again-
point you're a vigilante
but
when
again-
you're judge, jury, and executioner.
they sent a soldier to do that.
Yeah,
They sent a soldier.
yeah, and it's funny because that's the thing they've been struggling with the identity of
Mhm.
Captain America. Like, he's a symbol. He's not just a soldier. He's a person that stands up for what's
You know
right.
what's funny from what they're doing? I wonder if Sam's gonna call himself Captain America
I think he's gonna call himself Falcon.
because
I don't think he's gonna take the name.
they've been emphasizing a lot in this show that Captain America is
Is-
Steve.
Yes.
Steve
Steve
is
Rogers.
Captain America, no one else. So it makes me wonder, like, is he gonna take the name?
I think he's gonna remain Falcon. I think that's the whole thing. It's like being your own identity.
They can't call him Captain Falcon. Start doing Falcon punches.
So big moment. We get introduced to Val.
Yes.
So her story.
lady with
I'm
the
not
long
gonna
name.
get. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not gonna say her whole name. Her whole name's insane. But if you've seen the episode, and if you haven't, you heard the spoiler warning, and you're probably gonna be confused. So go watch the episode. Um, but Val in the comics is weird. Ex Shield agent turned Hydra agent turned
sleeper
Leviathan
agent,
agent. Really
sleeper
complicated.
agent, like
But she's just the the super.
she's the agent,
Yeah, that's
the
the
agent
agent
of
yeah.
Marvel.
So, and in the end, she winds up having worked with the group Leviathan, which I think is where they're gonna go. Shield is gone. Hydra's gone.
That's what I was
Uh,
thinking. Maybe she works for Sword.
Yeah. But
'Cause
Sword,
we've already
I
seen
mean, yeah,
Sword's
we've
not that
already
good.
seen Sword's bad side. Yeah.
So
Yeah, this is true. And we know that Sword tends to, and it makes sense with their new name
their
now.
power
Yeah.
and authority.
Yeah, and their name was
Bro,
Sentient
trying to
Weapons.
pull up to that place and look at an FBI agent. You don't have jurisdiction here.
Yeah.
What?
They're yeah, it's interesting.
What?
The card, I'm pretty sure the card is a big thing, but
It was.
I'm not
black
too
and white.
familiar. Yeah, I know nothing about it. I'm pretty sure we don't watch anyone's videos until after we record our own.
Yeah.
So nothing we say or notes or anything has any influence. So
It's just straight from
after
the show.
this, I'm gonna do some research and see if anyone has any guesses, cause I couldn't come up with anything. I'm reading through comics and I'm just like, I don't fucking know. A black and white card. I don't know.
A blank black and white card.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah, it's weird. But now which it makes me wonder if she's forming her own little group.
Or maybe it
Thunderbolts,
was a kind
something
of
like
a
that.
knock to like, oh, who are you? Who do you work for? Oh, here, it's a blank card. They don't exist.
Yeah, could be.
Something like that.
Could
like,
be.
oh, like don't worry about it. Here.
Yeah. I was waiting for like some black light, or you see the name or some shit. I was waiting for
Maybe it
some
is.
secret.
Maybe we'll see it in the next
Yeah.
episode. Maybe John will figure it out,
Yeah, gives him like a location or
and
an
then we see the
address.
Hydra symbol.
Or we see like a fucking thunderbolt or like hint or something. Oh my god, that'd be so cool. That'd be so dope. But
It's gonna be interesting
Derek-
because Hydra's not gone.
I feel like they've acknowledged that Hydra, even if there is anyone left who's just like Hail
They have
Hydra,
no influence.
yeah, they're nothing. They're just sitting in their basement.
That's why it
like-
makes sense that now you have this one, Madam Hydra. Pull
Yeah,
up.
it would be cool. It would be cool if she does like bring Hydra back. I'm pretty sure they'll have some sort of backlash. People.
Now
Probably
I have
hate
to
that
say
a
this
little
real quick
bit.
because when I first looked up Val, it got me super hype because the first
you saw
person
Val
that came up,
Cooper,
yeah,
then it was like what?
and I was like, wait, she was representative for mutants. I was like,
Yeah.
whoa, is this her?
Yeah, but he's in the comics. Mutants were like Stern was like mutant, so it's like he's
Yeah.
no mutant. So I mean, you never know because they did say that all his physical attributes were all like off the charts in the beginning as a human. So you never know. Maybe he
True.
was originally a mutant.
But it's interesting though because she knew everything.
Yeah,
How?
influence,
She
power.
knew he took the serum. No one was there. Only himself
I know.
to know
she
that
knew,
he took the
She knew
serum.
he didn't have the shield anymore.
Only them three were there to know he didn't have the shield.
Which that was an interesting conversation.
She
It's a
said
little gray area, which makes
it
sense. It's
doesn't belong to the
vibranium.
government.
For all we know, Howard stole that vibranium from
no.
Wakanda.
They confirmed that all the vibranium that's not in Wakanda was stolen.
Oh, did they?
Yeah,
Okay.
in Age of Ultron, they
Okay.
confirmed it.
So it's like, it's technically Wakanda's.
Yeah.
That's right, because when they had the shield in their hand, she looked at it. She was like, leave it.
Yes, and I feel like she did that because of Bucky.
Yeah. They probably want Bucky to wield. That would be, a scary head
'Cause
on.
they-
Like, no, we want Bucky to wield the shield. No,
Yeah,
no.
because think about it.
we
At
want
that
the White
moment, Bucky
Wolf.
betrayed Wakanda. She wanted to. She could have took that arm back.
Yeah, right. And so this is mine. I'm repossessing this. You haven't made your payments.
You haven't made your payments. Your car's extended warranty is about to expire.
Yeah, right. Oh my god. So speaking of vibranium, he after credit he makes his own shield.
Well, made out of regular metal.
Yeah, but speaking of stolen vibranium, somehow maybe
No.
which would be dumb. Like
He
if
doesn't have the technology to smelt it.
But not even that. It's just like it's supposed to be the rarest thing.
Yeah.
It's like everyone has it.
It's
you
made out
know?
of a trash can.
Which makes no sense because it's gonna do crap in a fight against the real thing. The super soldiers were bending metal like it was just like toys. They're just gonna look at that shield and just like frisbee it to another city and not even like let it phase them. Um, Either that or he's turning it in.
No, I don't think so. I feel like the reason why I don't think he's turning it in because at the end of the whole trial, he said, "I'm Captain America."
Yeah, and he firmly believes that. He says that like what 3-4 times in this episode.
Which is funny. Steve not once said, "I am Captain America."
I am Steve Rogers.
Even in the beginning when he introduced himself to Sam, he said, "Oh, Sam Wilson. Oh, Steve Rogers."
Yeah, because it's like he's Steve Rogers, man.
It's because he didn't give himself the name Captain America. He was given. People called him Captain America.
Yeah, it makes sense. The whole and then Captain America needs to be its own. He is Captain
You're a
America.
good guy, Sam. But it's hard for a good guy to be king.
You're an idiot. Man, but next episode, I'm excited. Hopefully, it's action packed. You already know we're gonna be left with many questions since it's one episode left, and I feel like there's still a decent amount to be concluded. John, Flag Smashers.
I want to know why they only made it 6 episodes.
Maybe they have something in their pocket. They haven't told the people.
America movie.
Right? Maybe they just wanted to see how the show went.
They make Captain America: The Winter Soldier Part 2.
Oh my God, that would be horrible.
But instead, the Winter Soldier is John Walker.
Right? For real.
You know what's funny? I was reading online. A lot of people were disappointed in Bucky in this show because they were expecting the Winter Soldier. But it's like you have to understand there has to be character development. You're telling me you want the same character with no development in every single movie?
Yeah. And they weren't gonna call it Falcon and the White Wolf. And I'm like, okay, so you're just throwing that name at him? Like maybe ease into it a bit.
Even then, it's just like it seems like it honestly seems like it's just gonna be like his Wakanda pet name. That the Wakandans are gonna call him White Wolf, but that's it. No one else is gonna call him White Wolf. Everyone else is gonna call him Bucky.
I mean, I feel like that's true to everybody in the MCU. Think about it. No one sits there like Iron Man unless you're Thor. You're called by your name.
Yeah, like even Thor calls him Stark.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like no one calls him Iron Man. They're not in the fight. Like, hey, Iron Man, I need help. He calls him Iron Man?
No, he calls him Cap. I'm saying except Cap. Everyone calls him Cap.
Oh yeah, that's true.
No one calls him Rogers. Come here. No,
right?
Like Cap.
Steve, unless you're Natasha, she called him Steve.
Yeah, because they got close. They got really close, which was unexpected
and cool. It was cool. They had like a brother sister relationship.
Yeah, I remember when people had theories about them getting married when he went to the past.
Yeah, I don't think so.
They confirmed it. They confirmed that he had his life with Peggy.
Yeah, he had to get the retirement he deserved.
Mm-hmm.
That man did a lot.
Oh
but
man!
Thank you all for watching
Rogers.
or listening. If you're just listening, if you like the video, please like and subscribe. Comment down below. Let us know what you think will happen in the finale. Let us know the questions you think will be unanswered.
Yes.
In the finale.
And for our explanation series, if you guys want more anime and other like genres other than comic books, just let us know.
Yes.
And we'll do our
he'll
research.
be the master of that. I don't know any of that stuff.
Not a master.
But thank you all for listening. We'll see you guys on the next one.